So since the price of Bitcoin has not just only broken the resistance around 21,500, 21,600, now we are well above this 200 weekly SMA, which was also a very important line of resistance here in a weekly time frame. This weekly resistance, the 200 SMA, which was around 22,700, has already been broken, and now we are well above it. So here in a weekly time frame, what we want the price of Bitcoin to do is to close the weekly above this 200 SMA, because by doing so we could be starting this new impulsive price movement, and this new impulsive price movement could bring the price around 28, even 30,000 before choosing a trend direction. Why? Because if we look at this one example here, after 100 days this bearish crossover is finally turning into bullish crossover. What I mean by that, in a downtrend we have always seen this Williams alligator indicator, the blue line appearing at the top and acting as a resistance, and green line at the bottom. Whenever we have seen this crossover, we knew the trend is weakening. But whenever we have seen this green line appearing at the top, blue line at the bottom, that has resulted in some very nice impulsive price movement. And now after 100 days of downward price movement, we are finally seeing this bullish crossover happening here in Williams alligator indicator, because MACD is already a bullish MACD cross, RSI line clearly above 50 level, even the T3CCI in a positive territory. All these three indicators here to the downside is confirming this movement, and now we are also getting confirmation from this Williams alligator indicator. So this is definitely a very good sign, and also could result in some more impulsive price movement in the upcoming days for Bitcoin. And now any sort of a retracement or price pullback, this same line, Williams alligator indicator, which acted as a resistance here, you can see, is going to be acting as a support during this movement here to the upside. So that's why this is a very interesting scenario for Bitcoin finally after 100 days. And one thing what we also should not forget is that the ECB is having meeting tomorrow. I mean, European Central Bank is having a meeting tomorrow, and they are looking closely to hike up the interest rate by 50 basis points. So if that's going to happen, then it might shake the market. But we are aware the indicators here are clearly flashing some bullishness. So even though if that is going to happen, then we know this Williams alligator indicator, which was one of the strongest line of resistance, is going to be acting as a support for Bitcoin. And now let me show you why this confirmation from Williams alligator indicator has also confirmed another bullish scenario in price action of Bitcoin. Now, before I switch into other chart, I just want to make you aware we have up to $5,150 crypto exchange bonus available for you in the description down below. PHEMEX is giving around $4,100 bonus after your initial deposit, and BYBIT around $1,050 bonus. So if you are an experienced trader, if you want to take advantage of this market volatility, the link is provided in the description down below, so feel free to check it out. Now let's switch the chart. So if you look at this Bollinger Band squeeze, now finally guys, finally after these days of consolidation and Bollinger Band squeeze, the price of Bitcoin has broken the upper band area. This is a very important scenario for us. Why? Because we have seen in past price action, whenever the price of Bitcoin after this Bollinger Band squeeze has broken the lower band, we have seen a price reversal. You can see price reversal here to the downside. But whenever after this Bollinger Band squeeze, we have seen price of Bitcoin breaking the upper band area here, we have seen a very nice impulsive movement. And in our case, not just only this Williams alligator indicator is flashing this bullishness, but also the upper band has been broken, and now this could be a sign of a new impulsive movement in the upcoming days for Bitcoin. So that's why guys, this Bollinger Band is clearly indicating the upcoming days might be turning bullish. But one thing what we have to take into consideration is this ECB meeting tomorrow, European Central Bank meeting tomorrow, because they are planning to hike up the interest rate by half a basis point. So if that is going to happen, then maybe we could see some temporary pullback. But we are aware this Williams alligator indicator, which was one of the strongest line of resistance, could be acting as a support again in that case. And now let me also talk about this one very interesting scenario, which is known as ascending broadening wedge. According to this ascending broadening wedge, as you can see, the price of Bitcoin yesterday did manage to remain above this 21,500, 21,600 range, and after that we also started showing this consolidation, just like I shown in example, and breaking it to the upper direction. So according to this ascending broadening wedge, it is playing out very well. So in that case, if this trend continuation is going to happen, where is our upcoming target for Bitcoin? For that, I am going to simply add this CPR indicator, because according to this CPR indicator, we can see very clearly the price of Bitcoin has broken the bottom CPR line, and now we are also above this central CPR line. These three lines, top CPR line, central CPR line, bottom CPR line, are our important line of resistance and also important line of support, because we have seen each and every time the price of Bitcoin has tested around this bottom CPR line, central CPR line, these lines acted as a resistance, but once we were above it, the same line acted as a support. For example, here you can see resistance, right? The bottom CPR line acted as a resistance. When the price of Bitcoin had this pullback, the same line acted as support. Then we have this new impulsive movement, and now this price is around central CPR line, this line here, right? So what we want the price of Bitcoin to do, we want the price of Bitcoin to remain above this central line here in the medium short term. So if the price of Bitcoin manages to remain above this 23,100, 23,200 area, then we know the next potential target is the top CPR line, and this top CPR line is lying around 24,700 area, because we know breaking above this 24,700 and also finding support above that is going to validate this bullish price movement, where we could be getting gravitated towards this monthly R1 line for this July month. So that's why, guys, this monthly R1 line is our target for this July month, which is sitting around 28,700 area. So this 28,700 is our bullish price target if the price of Bitcoin manages to come across this top CPR line, which is around 24,700 range. So that's why, guys, what we want here in a weekly time frame, we want the weekly candle to close over this 22,700, and here in the immediate short term, if this trend want to continue here to the upside, we want the price of Bitcoin also to remain above this 23,200, 23,100 area, because by doing so we could be triggering another bullish movement where we could be getting gravitated towards the 24,700 and even the final target for this July month, which is around 28,700 area. So let's hope that the price of Bitcoin does remains above this central CPR line. But even if we are going to see a reversal, price failing to hold support around this 23,000 range, no worry, guys, we know this 200 weekly SMA around 22,000 is going to be acting as a support, and also the most important support is this 21,500, 21,600. This line now is going to remain as one of the most important line of support since the price is above it. So this 21,500, 21,600 is going to be one of the most important line of support which we are not allowed to break. As long as we are going to be above that, any sort of a shakeout, any sort of a corrective movement, the Williams alligator indicator here is going to be acting as a support, and even this CPR lines here is going to be acting as a support. So these are some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please destroy the like button, and also for those individuals watching this for the first time, come on guys, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.